McGregor, an unassuming town with an unwavering passion for football, and the newest home of first-time head coach Judd Thrash, a man whose love for the game has made him who he is today.
The thing that was really interesting to me as a high school player, my coach actually took time away from the game of football and spent time with me. I can remember him taking me to his lake house and taking me fishing, and I really looked up to him for that. He didn't have to do that, but he actually cared about who I was as a person and who I developed, and the man I developed into, and he still calls me to this day. I just loved every minute of it, and so I just decided that's what I wanted to do because I had such a good experience growing up with it.
Coach Thrash's windy road to McGregor has had its bumps, detours, and slowdowns. His reason for pursuing a career in coaching can't be found on the field, in the weight room, or even in trophy cases. It's in the foundation of high school football, relationships.
Because, football is very important to me, not just because of the game, the X's and O's, but the relationships that you build with kids, man. It's something that is incredible, and I'm just very fortunate to be able to work with kids on a daily basis.
A life in football is defined by moments and mentorships. Whereas most memories fade into an obscure past, Coach Thrash documents his journey in the sport he loves. A homemade scrapbook, pieced together throughout his career, chronicles each step of Thrash's time in football and his 12 years in coaching. From his playing days at Tarleton State to his most recent role as assistant head coach at Colleyville Heritage, Coach Thrash's story is told page by page. Newspaper articles and picture prints serve as permanent reminders of not only where he coached, but why. Reflecting on the past, Thrash believes the previous head coaches he worked under gave him the tools to build a championship culture at McGregor.
Being able to be a part of such great programs and being able to learn from such great coaches, I think really influenced me and kind of sets me apart, I feel like, is because I took some valuable lessons from those guys, man. They had years and years of coaching experience. If it wasn't for some of those men, I don't think, I would have gotten a chance to become a head coach because, they'll tell you today, I quizzed them every single day about, some of the things that they did to get their programs to become successful.
In one scrapbook, a passion, a love, a life's work. Now Coach Thrash flips the page to the next chapter of his career, head coach of the McGregor Bulldogs.
Well, I think you take bits and pieces of each program that you're a part of. You learn from the kids at each place, you learn from the coaches at each place, and you kind of just put it together. When I was at those places, I tried to step back and say, hey, what's working here? Why are we winning? Why are we why are we successful? And then when you get your chance, to become a head coach, you just try to incorporate those ideas.
High school football has been an oasis for this otherwise desolate Texas community. Despite the program's rich history, McGregor's playoff success has dried up in recent years. Coach Thrash enters McGregor with a plan to end the drought and make it rain cats and bulldogs in McGregor.
If we do our jobs and we come together as a team and we develop those relationships, we can continue the success that McGregor's always had, And like I said, we want to defend the tradition. And moving forward, we want to take a lot of those same values and build upon them and just continue what was here before and embrace those things and just try to be the best we possibly can be each and every day.
Like the blank page reserved for Coach Thrash's tenure as Bulldogs head coach, the future of McGregor football remains unwritten. With the season right around the corner, the talk of the town is incoming first-time head coach Judd Thrash. As his scrapbook sits on a bookshelf waiting for additions, Thrash looks to do his talking on the field. For Lone Star Gridiron, I'm Nick Walters.
LoneStarGridiron.com. Access the complete history of Texas high school football, over 100 years of information, win-loss records, coaching histories, individual stats, records, and more. Lone Star Gridiron, the authority on Texas high school football.